2, 1. Start your timers. Get to it. 10 minutes of freedom. Put your hands up in that freedom pose. Get some energy up in you. If you're not moving, come on, stand up. Just bounce a little bit. If this is too hard, just bounce like this. If you have to make your grumpy face, bounce like this. But if you want to feel good, just smile, hands up, power pose. There's a great TED video about 2 minutes of holding this power pose and how it increases wonderful dopamine and human growth hormone and decreases cortisol. This can increase cortisol. So let's get moving. If this is too hard, you could just bounce a little, or you could bounce like you're on a trampoline. So this is a fantastic way to get that energy flowing in the morning, shake it out, relax your body. It's only been 1 minute. And yes, you could completely redirect your life with just 1 minute of movement. You will gain and have access to tools inside of your body to deal with stress. Breathe in and out super deep all the time, but specifically during your 10 minutes of freedom. Breathe in super deep, and that will instantly alkalize your blood, as some studies show with Wim Hof, breathing super deep. Breathe deep, relax your mind, change your focus. Focus on seeing yourself do these exercises perfectly, on being free, on the good things in life, the people who you love, and who loves you. Yes, I love you. Thank you for joining me today on this beautiful day in Florida. Jump, do some circles. You're gonna activate different muscles in your ankles and your hips, your knees. When you start changing up the movement, already 2.5 minutes. If this is hard, remember, even if this is hard, you just run in place. You do it for a little while, you'll get used to it. Your body will get used to it. Hopefully your mind will get used to it. And you'll be able to do it no problem. We got about 15 seconds and then we're gonna go into our toddler squat. Super easy, just 1 minute. You're gonna pretend like you're sitting in a chair for just 1 minute. And if you could, get your butt to the ground. You're bending and extending your hips and your knees. And hands up, hands down, up and down. Oh, how great it feels. You could put your hands on your knees if you're having trouble getting all the way down. Let me show you a little side view. You are sitting back in this imaginary chair. You don't want to do that. If you're doing that, just push the hips back just an inch. Don't go as far down. Make it possible. Right, hands up, hands down. Super great exercise. Even with that alternative, okay? Awesome alternatives, right? You could put the hands whichever way you want. Make some different alternatives. Whatever's easiest for you. Even your foot placement is super important. Next exercise, hands on the ground in your pyramid position and then in your cobra position. Up and down. What, you say it's too easy? Bend those arms, dive in. Up, bend those arms just an inch and dive in. Too easy? Dive in all the way. Forehead, chin, chest, hips to the ground. Forehead, chin, chest, hips to the ground. Forehead, chin, chest, hips to the ground. Back up. Breathe super deep so someone could hear you across the room. We got just 9 more seconds. Loving this motion. And next up, we're right into our end up. See how smooth that transition was? You want to work on your transition from exercise to exercise, so you just need 10 minutes of freedom. And don't get it twisted, just 1 minute makes a difference. Hands on the side if you're having trouble, right? Just go in a smaller range of motion. And you're gonna contract all those muscles that someone will contract when they're doing a full range of motion. In other words, is if you can't do this and you could just do this, and this is really hard for you, then you are contracting all the same muscles I am contracting, right? You want to make those muscles tense and get them used to contraction. So the more you do it, the easier it is. Next exercise. Superhero. Come on up and down. Up and touch that nose to the ground. Up. You got a little grass in my face. But it's wonderful. You don't need a mat. You don't need weights, fancy equipment. But you do need to get your mind in that focused place. Maybe with posture, maybe with just the mind, maybe with words of power. Let's use them. Love and gratitude. Love and gratitude. Strength and healing. Strength and healing. Yes. Love. Good. Right back to that end up. Going backwards at what we just did. Excuse me. So far we did our bounce, and then we did our squat, then we did our dand, or our yoga push-up, and then we did our end up, our noble up, our never stop getting up exercise. Helps us get up from the ground. Can make it super hard with where we put our hands, or a lot easier, and the range of motion of your hips with every exercise. Then we did our back extension, or our superhero. Now we're back over here again. We're gonna go back into those two exercises we already did. So you remember, boom, right up, right into the squat. And remember that side view, we're just pushing the hips back, getting them until you could get that super deep squat. Hands up, hands down, hands up, hands to prayer, whichever you prefer. But optimally, you want to get your hamstring to touch your calf. All right, super easy. Super easy. Super simple. If it's not super easy, it'll get that way. If you're not lasting 10 minutes, shorten that range of motion. If 10 minutes is too easy, increase that range of motion and the pace. You can do it. Stay dedicated. 10 minutes a day, consistently, for a few years, knock them out the water. Right into that yoga push-up. Diving in our last minute together. Hope you enjoy your day. Hope you enjoyed this workout. Super easy, super simple at ogfit.com. You are the world's greatest.com. Love your life. Listen to some nice music when you work out. Watch this again and mute me. Listen to some awesome music. We got just 30 seconds. We didn't do our stretches. So a nice cool down is modified cobra. I'm going to show you how to do that modified cobra before I leave and before we go. We got 7 more seconds. One more rep. Go for minutes, not reps. And you could hold this stretch and read a nice book. Try and hold it up so you don't bend your cervical spine or your neck. If your heart rate is super high, if you can't complete a sentence and you're breathing even heavier than I am right now, make sure to cool down a little bit. Maybe with that bounce, at very minimum, hold the stretch. But if you feel that you're so out of breath you could hardly speak, you might have pushed yourself too hard, and you definitely need a little cool down period. But you did amazing. Thank you for joining me. 10 minutes of freedom. Keep on checking ogfit.com for updated programs. We're in construction of the best fitness program on earth because you stay consistent, not because of the $1 million spent in video production. Thanks, share, like, comment. Let me know how the videos can get better. Enjoy your day. Peace and love.